one of the most extraordinary moments of your career is when you act in Precious, and you are in a pivotal moment in the film. And a bit shocking for those of us who've been watching you forever, you appear without makeup, right?
Oh, there was makeup, it just wasn't meant to look good.
Right, totally non-glam, right? Sort of stripped
put
down.
it kindly, yeah.
But you really brought it in that moment. You were really honest and emotional and open and a totally different person than we'd ever seen on stage. How did you get that out of you?
Well, first of all, I had read the book Push, which was the original name for Precious, years before that, and it affected me. I don't know if you ever read
It's
by
deep. By Sapphire.
By Sapphire, and it just moved me to the point where I read it, and I actually read it again because I kind of couldn't believe it, and so it was just ironic that I met Lee Daniels, who's just a genius, and he and I became friends. We worked on an independent film called Tennessee together, and he really believed in me as an actor, and for him to put me in that role of that social worker, which is like such, against type.
Yep.
It's so against type, and then trust me with that scene that was so pivotal to the movie. I'm so grateful to him. He's just he's one of my favorite people. He's one of the world's greatest people, and so he helped change my life with that. But doing that role, people focus so much on, oh, you had to look ugly for the part, and da-da-da-da.
It's more than that.
And I'm like, it was so much more about what had to happen inside than about that I kind of, I let that go. I wasn't thinking while I was being filmed, like, oh my goodness, I really want to put some blush on, and I might have wanted blush, but.
One of your most extraordinary videos, Obsessed, requires a lot of acting.
And a lot of makeup.
Right, but you give us super feminine, and you're playing a boy.
Dude, I never, ever would have thought I would have done that, ever.
And you pull it off.
Thank you.
But talk about making that video with Brett Ratner and playing the male and the female.
Well, I think it was Brett's idea for me to play the male and the female, because we had done another video back in the day, Heartbreaker, where I play Bianca, who's sort of my alter ego. I don't know why I made her English. I don't quite know, but so we had this fight in the bathroom, and if you recall, I was like kicking, and Brett did a great job with that video. We had so much fun. Jackie Chan's choreographer did the whole fight scene, whatever. But in Obsessed, I thought, Brett was like, you should play the guy, and I was like, there's no way I'm doing that, Brett. There is no way I'm doing that. And of course, he got me to do it.
But how did you get yourself to convincingly give us a dude?
It was so funny. I have a great makeup artist that I work with, Christopher Buckle, and I knew he could do the makeup part, but I had to go inside with the body language. And so there was a guy who, his name is A.B., who I was, someone I was working with and a friend, and he was with me, and I was just like, okay, let's go. And I just sort of tried to emulate him slightly, and we went outside. Nobody recognized me. I'd been there the whole day. They were all and it was hugely public, and for the first 10 minutes, nobody knew that it was 10 or 15 minutes, nobody knew that it was me. They just thought it was some guy.
I mean, physically, did you think about your brother or a certain guy
I did.
I did. Because you're really inhabiting a dude's body.
Especially when I was doing the push-ups. That was Brett was like, do push-ups, and I just will never forget it. Huh?
That's what boys do.
I guess so. Right before the scene, sometimes. I'm like, that's all you gotta do, huh?